How's it going, everyone? My name's SnackzTheGreat, and this is my first ever Pokemon competitive Wi-Fi battle. This is a 5th gen battle. It's one of my the first ones I've ever had. I used to play 4th gen, but nobody ever plays it, so I kind of migrated to 5th gen like everyone else. Anyway, let's get right into it. 5th gen OU. He leads off with Politoed. I lead off with Ferrothorn. He goes for the Focus Blast, but I know I have some special defense EVs invested, so I can live it if it hits. It does about half, and it gets a special defense drop, so I know I have to switch. I go for the Power Whip, just to try and get as much damage as I can, and it ends up one-hit KOing, which is pretty good. Get some lefties here, and he sends in his Fortress, and I figure he's just going to start setting up entry hazards, and I figure I might as well too. So he goes for Spikes. I set up Stealth Rock. And it seems like I don't really have to switch even though I got a special defense drop, but I do it anyway. Go out into Heatran because I get sick of him setting up his entry hazards, considering I do not have a spinner on this team. So he gets up another layer of Spikes as I get my switch into Heatran. And he has 2 layers up, so I just go for the Lava Plume, predicting him to go for another layer. And even with the rain up, it does about 3/4 because it's 4 times effective. He goes for the Volt Switch here, which surprised me, and switches out into his Tornadus, which gets destroyed by Stealth Rock. And I figure there's like not much I can do to this, so I go for the Toxic as he misses the Focus Blast. Now that I have it Toxic, it's on a timer, and it can't stay in here and sweep forever. And it seems to me like it's Specs because it did one move and I didn't see any lefties or Life Orb or anything, and he switched. I go for the Protect thinking he's going again just to make sure that he's Scarfed, because that's what I think. But he switches into Jirachi and sets up his rocks as I go for a Lava Plume, considering it's super effective, and it does terrible damage. It does about 25%, 20% after leftovers with that rain up. And he goes for a Thunder here, probably to get me Parahaxed and then start flinching me. But I just keep going for Lava Plumes here, trying to get the burn for some residual damage. And we pretty much exchange Thunder and Lava Plume for the next few turns. However, this turn he goes for Iron Head, trying to get the flinch, and he ends up getting it. But he realizes next turn that it doesn't do any damage to me, and he starts going for Thunders again. I get the Parahax here, which, it's not too bad because I'm already slow as crap anyway. So I keep going for the Lava Plume, and I get a crit here and a burn, which really helps me out. That way I'll be able to KO it next turn. However, this time he goes for a Wish, and of course I just go for another Lava Plume, trying to get rid of it, which works fine. Except for it gets just about red, very low red health. Gets his lefties, I get my lefties, and then he gets the burn activated, which destroys it. And Jirachi goes down. He brings in his Tornadus. Gets destroyed by Stealth Rock again. I protect here just to stall him out of Toxic, and to see what he's going to lock himself into. So he locks himself into Hurricane, and he gets the Wish here, which I completely forgot about. I don't know how, considering it was only one turn, but yeah, it's not too big of a mistake anyway. So I switch out. I go into Rotom here, thinking I can take the Hurricane pretty well, but it ends up destroying me and getting me down to like yellow health. Yeah, 69 HP, and I get confused too, which screws me over. And here, I think I go for the HP Ice to try and OHKO it, but I hurt myself in confusion, and he finishes me off with a Hurricane, which really sucks because Rotom didn't do anything. But Tornadus is still Toxic, so damage is gonna rack up. And I send in my Terrakion here, knowing I could probably kill it in one shot if I hit with my Stone Edge. So of course he switches out, brings in Fortress, which after Stealth Rock is gonna die if my Stone Edge hits, and it does. The game before this I played, I went 0 for 3 on Stone Edges, and this one you're going to see I do pretty well. So it brings in his Dragonite, which also gets destroyed by Stealth Rock. I go for Stone Edge here, outspeeding it, considering I thought it was banded, and I think it is. So I outspeed it, land the Stone Edge, and get the kill. Terrakion does some work in this battle. He sends in his Sableye, and I Stone Edge that, and I hit again, so I'm 3 for 3 right now. Brings it down to very low red health, and he goes for the Nightshade. I'm not sure why, but maybe to pop my air balloon. And here, I know that he has the, what is that called? Prankster, yeah. And Recovery's going to go first, since it doesn't damage me. And I, believe it or not, I hit again with Stone Edge and end up killing him. So I feel great right now for Stone Edge hits. He sends in his Tornadus again, which gets yet again destroyed by Stealth Rock. And here, I could have sworn he was Specs, because most Tornadus I see are Specs, but he ends up being Scarfed, because he outspeeds my Terrakion and kills me off. So I send in Gengar here, which is a complete waste, because I still thought for some reason he was Specs, but he outspeeds me with, hits me with a Hurricane and OHKOs me, which is a good waste of a Gengar. So, yeah, well, whatever, I got the win, so that's all that matters. And I guess I did stall him out of a turn of Toxic again. So I bring in Dragonite like I should have before, instead of bringing in Gengar. I go for the E-Speed to finish it off, and that's it. So that was a great game, Max. Hope you guys enjoyed it. This is my first battle ever, and